everybody, welcome back to my channel, Jono's Adventure. And today I'm going to take you down to the St. Louis Cemetery #1. There is 3 cemeteries, St. Louis 1, 2, and 3. But the St. Louis one is the one that's very popular with tours. And it is one that is right there on Basin Street near the Visitor Center. And you can approach it by either in the parking lot there. They have public parking. It's like $5 for like 12 hours. Or you can, if you're downtown, you can catch the hop-on, hop-off bus. It's one of the main stops there, and you can get off there. The little visitor center is very interesting. You can purchase your tickets for the hop-on, hop-off bus. They have a little gift shop in there. And then also the tour counter, and you just walk out the door with the group and you walk across the street and the cemetery is right there. So interesting history. So I thought that this would be something to suggest for you to do if you visit New Orleans. So I hope you kind of enjoy this. It's a little bit of an informative video for you, and well, let's get started. The St. Louis Cemetery #1 is the oldest extant cemetery in New Orleans, established by Royal Spanish Land Grant August 14th of 1789. Originally outside city limits, and it's double its present size, the sacred ground reflects the early culture and history of the Crescent City. A small area in the rear was once part of the larger section for Protestant burials. The Varney tomb to the right was once center of the cemetery. Here our wonderful guide was telling us the story about this tomb. She was saying that Nicolas Cage used to come to New Orleans to visit his uncle, and he loved New Orleans so much that he said, I'm always going to live here. He purchased several homes, but I guess he got in trouble with the IRS, and apparently they took quite a few of his possessions, but the law states you can't possess your tomb, so they couldn't take that away for him. But there also, some say that his love of voodoo motivated him to locate the tomb in the same ancient cemetery as Marie Laveau. He purchased the last 2 plots in New Orleans' thickly populated cemetery, and he built the 9-foot-tall cement pyramid mausoleum, apparently for his future self. New Orleans purists hate Cage's pyramid. His defenders argue that pyramids have a long history in funeral art, but Cage's creation is not some classical Neo-Egyptian tomb. It's more like a pyramid power. Storage boxes that were once sold at sharper image stores to indefinitely preserve bananas and razor blades. Maybe Cage is planning to keep his corpse fresh until voodoo can revive it for some future national treasure film. Speaking of Marie Laveau, this Greek revival tomb is a reputed burial place of the notorious voodoo queen. The mystic cult voodooism of African origin was brought to this city from Santo Domingo and flourished in the 19th century. Marie Laveau was the most widely known of many practitioners of the cult. There is a belief that one must break off a piece of brick from another tomb, spin around 3 times, scrape 3 X's onto Marie Laveau's tomb, and do some sort of knocking on the tomb. Then an offering should be left at the tomb, and your wish will be granted. The X's are circled, are said to mean that the wish had come true. So the cemetery was first consecrated and opened up for the departed all the way back in 1789. The nearby St. Peter's Cemetery had actually brimmed over capacity, and the St. Louis was then opened up to accommodate the area's ever-mounting dead. It was named for the nearby Catholic Cathedral Basilica of St. Louis, which is 1 block over from the very heart of the French Quarter. Close to 700 tombs and nearly 100,000 dead are said to be interred inside. Our tour guide even introduced us to its latest resident, a little kitty. She said it showed up one day and hasn't left, probably missing its owner somewhere in the cemetery. Remember the film Easy Rider? So among the film's most famous scenes is one shot at the St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, Without Permission, in which Hopper and Fonda's character drop acid with a pair of prostitutes played by Tony Basil and Karen Black. The Catholic Church, which owns the cemetery, was reportedly very scandalized when the movie opened. Well, how was that? Kind of interesting, wasn't it? And some little bit of history there for you. And I highly suggest one of these days to come when you come to visit. That might be something that you might check out. There's so many things to do here in New Orleans. So very interesting history is one of them. So I hope you do. Up next is next week. I have I just completed a little, quick trip to Savannah, and I'm going to show you that trip as well. That'll be next week, and maybe take you after that some places to eat here in New Orleans, another place to visit, but I'll fill the days up with that. And then of course I'm going to remind you I do have a cruise out of New York City to Bermuda. That's in May. And I have another cruise to Alaska out of Seattle, and that's in June. So that'll take us on into the September or October time frame. So just in time for some holidays and some fun with that. So hope you join me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd appreciate that. Get those algorithms going. Even if you make a comment, you put the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so that you never miss an episode of Joe Knows Adventure. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.